Hi, welcome to Wisdom of Photography. I'm Shmuel Diamond. I'm going to edit this picture here just now. It's a nice picture, a couple of issues. It's a beautiful picture, two beautiful little girls. She's a little bit soft. It was shot at, I think it was 2.8. Yeah, shot at 2.8, and I obviously missed the focus I got the focus on this little girl here, and she was just out of the depth of field. So first things first is let's just fix that up. So we will go to we'll turn on the mask so you can see what we're doing. We'll make sure that the flow is full. Okay, just really all we need to do is just her face, that's it. And it's only a little bit, remembering that the soften tool can only help you so much. Sorry, the sharpen tool can only help you so much. Let's see, this is about the perfect opportunity to let's have a look at before and after. Not awesome. Let's try again by duplicating it, the second one. In fact, let's get rid of one of them, and we will duplicate it, but this one we will turn down the sharpness and we'll turn up clarity a little bit. Now let's see how that looks. Let's zoom out. Fine, okay, good. So now that's the basic fix done. Now I'm looking here, I see these like greens that really need to be turned into a much warmer tone. So I'm going to turn the mask on so you can see where we're painting, and just make sure at full opacity that we are just covering everything, not so much, maybe just on the side over there. Don't need to be particularly accurate with this. Really doesn't make a difference how accurate we are. In here we need to just be a little more accurate, and then just a big one to just get the feathering going. Okay, so we've got our mask in place there. Let's just put in a tone, always around this area. Very rarely found that there's any need to go anywhere else. Always around between the 20s and the 30s, something like that. So let's just make it a little bit more warm, which I think is about something like there. Great. Okay, I think we're gonna actually make it a little bit warmer by duplicating the thing. This one we're going to it went a little bit too much, so I'm going to turn on erase, and I'm going to just get rid of a little bit of that. Fine. Okay, now I want to add in a source of light here which will make for a little bit of interest. So we use the what's it called, the radial filter here. Make sure it's inversed. We can just see that by turning on O. Inverted means that we're dealing with the inside as opposed to the outside. Okay, and make sure that it's feathered. Good. That's not feathered, and that is feathered. Good. Okay, now let's bang up the exposure. I'm going to throw in, it's going to look like the sun is coming in from this direction, and plus we again want to warm it all the way up. So we're going to turn to around here again. Yeah, this is looking good. Again, don't worry that it doesn't make sense, like according to physics, because we don't really care about that. Let's just have a look now between the before and after. Okay, good, we're getting there. Now obviously we need to just quickly pop out the eyes, which is very straightforward. I just use the standard tool brush here. We can press spacebar and then zoom, and then hit the mouse button to zoom in. Now we're going to do both the eyes separately, because I saw the image before. The eyes they're different for both the girls. These ones were a little bit darker, so we need to do a little bit more. It's very easy to make the eyes look overdone, and you have to be careful about that. So we're just gonna, the exposure's gone up okay. Let's just take away a little bit of the shadows to brighten up the actual irises, and a little bit of clarity. and a little bit more exposure. If you touch that and then use the cursors, it's a bit easier to get the to get what you need. Okay, that's looking good. Let's just have a look before. Oh, sorry. Let's just have a look before and after. Perfect. Now if we press space, we can use the mouse to scroll along. Let's now do another one over here. Again, like I said, these eyes are brighter anyway, so we don't need to do too much, and it's important not to make the eyes look fake, which is actually very easy to do. Let's just bring the shadows up a little bit. And a little bit of contrast as well. Might help. Let's just have a look before and after. Excellent. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do is just very, very slightly soften the skin of the children. Children's skin really doesn't need softening, but a teeny little bit is good. I have the skin soften tool here. The presets is fine for me, but I'm going to turn the density now down to 50. And now we can just see, especially on this one where I did the sharpening, it just takes off the edge of that sharpening and just get rid of like some of the kind of the blotchy red cheeks. There we go. And I'm also going to brighten up a couple of places of the skin a little bit. It's a little bit cold here, so she's a little bit rosy. Let's make a new one here, and I've got a preset that I created, brighten skin, that just ever so slightly, we just get rid of the darker patches here. Good. See, the difference here is going to be very, very subtle. If we look, very subtle indeed, but appreciated. Okay, and I think we will do a new brush here, so we can maybe set things a little bit differently. She needs less over here, but we will still brighten up a little bit. I have to see how this looks. This could be a little bit overdone, but let's have a look anyway. Okay, let's zoom out now. Let's get rid of all the pins by pressing H. Now let's have a look before and after. Very good. Girls are looking good. Now what I want here is a little bit more warmth and maybe a little darker. So let's create a new pin. Okay, we will call this nothing, and we will open up our paintbrush tool. Okay, double click the effect so nothing's going on. Let's just click O so we can see. I don't want it to be on, again, density should be as it is, which is good. I'm just gonna, oops, sorry about that. Go back to here, 1 second, press H so we can see our pins. And this is our pin that we were dealing with just now. Let's get rid of the mask so you can see what's doing over here. Let's drop the exposure just a teeny little bit, add in also some more colouring. Okay, I'm going to take it off of her arm there in a second, and now let's just bring this over around here a little bit. I'm going to erase what went onto her arm over here. We'll turn that to complete. That had no place being on her arm over there. And then back to this button here. I want to darken this a little bit, and we look like we're basically there now. Let's get rid of all the pins and let's have a look. So we changed this image into this image. Oh, just a little bit lax over there. Let me just quickly add that back in. There we go. So we had a nice foundation, two cute little girls. The problem was that this little girl was not so sharp, which we fixed with a little bit of sharpening. The colours here are they just weren't banging out. Let's maybe just quickly see as a global edit if we add some vibrance. I'm not sure what will happen here, but let's just have a look. And I think that does actually help us. This is where we were originally, and by adding a teeny little bit of vibrance, it really affects the blue of the girls' dresses and the pom-pom at the top over here. Let's have a look again. I think also we need to get rid of this over here. So again, we can turn back the pin. We can turn the pins back on, pressing H. Now we need to find the one over here. How do we do that? And this is it. So now all we need to do is go to erase, and we can erase this off. You can see that we left that over there, so now we can go back to paint and we can add this on. Again, you don't have to be crazy precise in Lightroom usually. The feathering is enough to keep you in line, and I think we're finished. From this to this in exactly 11 minutes. Okay, all the best, and please like, and we'll see you another time.